Bill, the future is now in New England. Bill Belichick consistently says he will always do what is best for the team. And in this case, Belichick determined what was best for the 2021 Patriots was to release their veteran quarterback Cam Newton and roll with the rookie number 15 overall pick, Mac Jones, as their Week 1 starter. Now, Newton had gotten the vast majority of first-team reps through the course of training camp and the preseason. Of course, he did miss several practices after having an issue with COVID testing cadence where he was not able to stay within the protocols, had to stay out of the building. That gave New England an extended look at Jones, but Jones had already impressed them through the course of the preseason. Obviously, they came to the conclusion Mac Jones is ready for this right now, which is not a surprise to other people within the league who had studied Jones through the pre-draft process. In fact, I had one coach for another team who had done homework on all the quarterbacks who told me back in May, Mac Jones is going to be the Week 1 starter. He plays the way that the Patriots want to. He is a fast processor. He is extraordinarily intelligent and a guy who, from a football maturity perspective, is also really good. Performed well when he got his opportunities in exhibition games. Now Cam Newton set to hit the free agent market. This was always a possibility too, even back when Newton re-signed with the Patriots back in March. His one-year contract included a $2 million signing bonus, a $100,000 workout bonus. That is all the Patriots have committed financially to Cam Newton. He also had a $1.5 million fully guaranteed base salary, but that is subject to offsets for money that he might earn with a new team. No reason financially New England could not move on. And certainly from a football perspective, Bill Belichick has shown us time and again that even if it seems unorthodox, even if it seems surprising, he knows what he wants out of his players. And after just a few months with the Patriots, Bill Belichick decided Mac Jones is ready to be their starting quarterback right now, Will.
And Belichick was holding off on announcing who the starter was going to be, calling it, quote, a big composite. We have a volume of work to look at. Obviously, they looked at enough and decided that Mac Jones is their guy under center for Week 1 against the Dolphins. Tom, you had mentioned that COVID-19 issue. I know there was some exasperation there amongst folks in the New England organization. What part did that play in the move today?
What that did was give Mac Jones more of an opportunity that he was not getting to that point with the first string offense. He got more reps. He certainly got in front of the coaches. They got to see him lead the huddle. All those types of things that they're evaluating through the course of the process. Now, certainly this does not seem like a punitive move with Cam Newton. They know exactly what Cam is. He was part of the team last year, was actually playing pretty well early in the season prior to him actually testing positive for COVID-19, which led to a sequence of events where he missed some time and never really seemed to be completely in the flow of things again. But let's be very clear. Mac Jones earned this. He was the best quarterback that the Patriots determined to lead them forward into this season. Even though he is a young guy, he's somebody that teammates gravitated towards at Alabama. We saw him at his pro day compete. Everybody says, oh, he's not as good of an athlete as the other quarterbacks in this draft. So he ran a 40. He did the vertical jump. He did all those things. They love guys who are competitors in New England. Mac Jones showed that. Bill Belichick was present for that pro day. He ends up sliding all the way to them at number 15. They didn't have to go up and get him. They let the draft come to them, and they hope now they've got their franchise quarterback, not just for the future, but for the present, Will.
Tom, hang tight with us. We'll bring in our colleague now, Mike Giardi, who covers this team on a daily basis. And Mike G, give me your assessment of today's news.
Well, this was all about Mac Jones winning the job. He was the best quarterback dating back to the spring and then consistently this summer. And even when he had a down period, or even what you would consider an uneven day, the next day he would bounce back and show, hey, those mistakes that I made yesterday, I'm not repeating the same errors again today. The way he has processed this offense and understood what he needs to do from that position is something that Cam Newton struggled with last year. And obviously, Cam jumping in late in June, but in terms of just the overall understanding of the playbook, it's Mac Jones. And then you go to the physical attributes. I know, comparatively speaking, those two guys, they don't compare, right? Cam's one of the greatest athletes to ever play that position and has had some amazing seasons, including that MVP season in 2015. But Mac's accuracy that was so talked about at Alabama has translated here in the National Football League. And I think that was the big thing. Could he figure out how to deal with the tighter windows in the National Football League? Even he mentioned it. Hey, you go from 3 feet in high school to 1.5 feet in college to now mere inches in the pro game. He's throwing guys open as a rookie. That's pretty impressive to me. I think, Cam did what he could do, right? I really do believe that. It was a better summer for him. He showed more comfort in the offense. I think he performed certainly better than he did last year at this time, but he's just not the better quarterback. Mac Jones is a better quarterback. He runs this offense the way offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels wants to run it. I think we looked at the offseason and we said, oh, they added the 2 tight ends. This is to help Cam out. Well, 2 tight ends like Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith also will help out a rookie quarterback who is so precise between the numbers, between the hashes. Look, a lot of people didn't want to hear it. I think I've debated some of our own people in the building, some former players about this. But the eye test, there was no question it was Mac Jones this summer.
Mike, how do you think this move is going to go over in this locker room?
I think it's going to go over very well because Cam has his supporters, no question about it. I think everybody who watched this competition, and again, I kept telling people it was a competition, who watched this competition play out, understood that the rookie has a chance to be something here. And when you go to the guys in the locker room, yeah, there are friendships and relationships with Cam, but you know what they want to do most? They want to win. And I think they saw the guy right now who gives them the best chance to win just so happens to be the rookie from Alabama. I think you look at some of the things that he's done, Tom and Will, in terms of his leadership, in terms of his command of the huddle. I mean, so many players have sort of gone out of their way to compliment him on that. And I'll just take you back to a snapshot. Wednesday, joint practice with the Giants. Again, no fighting. There's not supposed to be any fighting, but they're doing one-on-one drills between the offensive line and the defensive line, and there ends up being a scrum. Everybody's piled into it. The coaches make both sides run laps, and Mac Jones, who was not participating in offensive line drills, went and took a lap with his offensive line. I just think it speaks sort of volumes about who the kid is and understanding the moment, understanding what needs to be done from a leadership perspective, from that position's perspective, and I think he's done everything. He's checked every box this summer.